Hi, hello everyone. My name is Hamanate. Today I will be talking to you about some global issues. Today in particular, I will be talking about HIV infection. As you know, this is become a epidemic since 1989, as far as I know. So I will touch some of the global issue that that facing the world or the international community. Such as the United Nations has a aim to end the AIDS epidemic by 2030. Um, Paris Agreement on climate change. Um, child rights. So every child has a right to health, education, and protection. Decolonization, as we know that the face of the planet, create more than 80 nations. So this is a big issue. I think the last nation that become a member of United Nations was the South Sudan, which is in trouble, civil war there. And the other issue is 9 of 10 refugees are hosted by the developing countries. 9 of 10. As we know that there is many refugee or South Sudanese refugee in Uganda, almost million. Unclean water and poor sanitation are the leading cause of child mortality. And this problem, in particular in developed countries such as in Africa, there is many people that are suffering from or are short of clean water and poor sanitation, and that can cause infection, which will lead to uh, child mortality or the other vulnerable people in the community are subjected to what they call it, a infection. An infection can cause a death. Hunger and malnutrition are the number one health risk worldwide. If there is no food and not enough food, the people cannot have an active life or a healthy life. So hunger and malnutrition, this is the very important issue, and the United Nations has to address this issue urgently. The International Court of Justice role on dispute between states, helping their escalation into conflict. So the most important role of the International Court of Justice is the to solve or to find solution for the problem according to the law between state. I think between international organization as well. There are 5 nuclear weapon free zone in the world. Polio is an infection disease cause have decreased, which is great news, decreased more than 99% because of the immunization. So there is in many countries the immunization for a child is compulsory. In Australia and USA, Canada, I think it's compulsory to get your child to be immunized. Africa has the highest growth rate of or of female business, call it business women. Approximately 10 people a day are killed by landlines and other explosive materials or a device. Most of the world's people live not far away from the sea. And it's just like fact. Immigration slow down the aging process of society. It's fact. Especially in Western countries or in Europe. Women in the labor market on average still earn a quota less than men globally, and shouldn't be like that. African population African population is the fastest growing in the world. The United Nations support election in more than 100 countries. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is the most translated document in the world. So this is just some fact I have mentioned earlier before I go into the my main topic, which is the HIV infection. So there is fact about HIV infection. I have made mistake earlier. I said this disease has been discovered in 1981 in America, in United Nations. It has been reported the first clinic evidence of the disease, and that lead to HIV lead to AIDS, or can cause the human immunity, like human immunity virus was. It is not my area, but yes, in 19 was yeah, I is identified in 1983. So this infection is discovered in USA, not in Africa, as many people think. Or um, fact about HIV. Um, since the start of the epidemic, around 87 million people, or 71 million to 87 million, have become infected with the disease worldwide. Um, and around 35 million people, 29.6 million, and to 40.8 million people have died of AIDS related illness such as tuberculosis. In 2015, there were 36.7 million, or 34.0 to 39.8 million people living with HIV worldwide. So the HIV is an infection. Infection can transfer from person to person. This is doctors medicine method, but I have a just brief information to let you know about the infection as a global epidemic. So it's transferred through the blood, semen, vaginal fluid, and breast milk. That's why there is many mothers can transfer the disease to their child. So as I said, the HIV found in the bodily fluid of person who has been infected, such as blood, semen, vaginal fluid, and breast milk. And this disease can be transferred, as I said, from person to person. Therefore, people has to take a precaution to be able to stop the infection. The international community, or the United Nations, has a goal to end the HIV in the world. In 2000, the United Nations has declared that by 2020 um, they will end the infection of this disease. Um, the international leaders, international communities leaders, has a had meeting on 2011 in the General Assembly, and they declared that they will by mid 2015 the number of people access. They try to facilitate the make it easier for people that they're living with the HIV to be able to get assistance, especially medical assistance. And this is one of the sustainable development goal to end the HIV by 2030. Sorry, it's not 2020. By 2030, this is the goal of the United Nations. Um, make the treatment available. So